Now, Jean-Philippe Mateta has been released from hospital. 25 stitches he required after that challenge from the Millwall keeper, Liam Roberts. Former Premier League referee Mark Halsey is with us in a moment or two to have his say. First, we've got somebody else on the line who knows a lot about Liam Roberts. It's his former PE teacher in the Midlands. Dan, good morning to you, Dan.
Good morning, Dan.
Good morning. Good morning, guys.
Hey, Dan, thanks for texting and thanks for speaking to us this morning as well. We've been trying to make it clear that even if the challenge looked horrific, there was probably no malice in it. And I think, knowing Liam, that's probably the way you would see it.
Oh, without doubt. I mean, when I taught him, he would have probably only been 16. But there was never any kind of bone in his body that would do something like that on purpose.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I think that's the general consensus, certainly was, Dan. I think it's one of these things, yes, you know, his boots high, yes, it looks horrendous. The most important thing is that Mateta's okay, we get that, and we're led to believe, and just to back you up what you said, I think Liam got in touch with Mateta after the incident just to make sure he was okay. We've got it down as just one of these things that happen in football, Dan. Yes, it was the challenge was very, very harsh. Yes, it deserved a red card, but there was no malice intended.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. However, like, obviously with football nowadays, you're going to get these people on social media who try and make things out to be completely different to what they are.
Brilliant. Look, Dan, I really appreciate the call. Thank you very much indeed, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Now, look, let's talk about a number of incidents over the weekend, including that one, with former Premier League referee Mark Halsey. Morning, Mark.
Good morning, Mark.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate.
Excellent, mate.
Look, I mean, the first thing I want to ask you about with that challenge was Michael Oliver's role in it all, and the fact that he didn't immediately send the players off. Are referees afraid or reluctant to make the big calls themselves these days?
Yeah, listen, I think VAR has hindered decision-making with referees on the field of play. I think they're relying on the VAR. If they're not sure, they won't give a red card, and then hopefully VAR will bail them out. But I think with Michael, listen, look, he is one of our best referees. As I keep saying, that form is temporary, class is permanent, and players go through it as well when they lose confidence in their performance, with their indifferent performances. So, listen, I think Michael's going through a bit of a bad patch at the moment, and what we've got to remember is he's refereeing week in, week out, and not only in England, he's going abroad and refereeing Champions League, Europa League. So, the fatigue that comes into it, and Ali will know, being an ex-player, what it does to you. I was surprised. I was watching the game live, obviously, and as soon as that incident happened, I thought that's it. That's a red card for me. He's going for serious foul play. So I was amazed, and I think it's down to confidence, I think, in Michael's ability to referee at the moment. Listen, he is a fantastic referee, but he's going through a bit of an indifferent patch at the present.
Mark, tell me a couple of things, mate. I mean, obviously the period of time or the length of time it took in the decision at Bournemouth was anything but ideal. But where Jeff and I think, I don't want to speak for Jeff, but I think we're in agreement, where we've got to kind of be in our bonnet is where VAR is getting itself involved, where the errors are definitely not clear and obvious.
Ali, I'm 100% with you. I mean, listen, if we're going to trial semi-automated offsides, we don't have a problem in the Champions League, do we? They've got it right. And if we're going to trial something different in our football, we've got to make sure it's right. You cannot hang around for 7 or 8 minutes. You've got to think of the players. They're standing around, they get cold, you're going to get muscle pulls if, just standing around. And listen, it's down to the training education. And I agree with you. We're looking at, they're just looking for reasons to disallow goals. And for me, it's down to the training and education. The IFB protocol is clear. A clear and obvious error by the on-field match officials. They are getting involved when they should not be getting involved. I mean, it's common sense. You can still referee with common sense if you have that leadership and direction. Now, you look at, I watch lots of football, as you know, and we just seem to be cautioning players left, right and centre for careless challenges. Careless challenge is a free kick and nothing else. They just seem to be controlling the game with yellow cards. And that comes from the leadership and direction from the management of the PGMOL. And it's all over the place.
Yeah, it does. It seems like every foul is a yellow card these days. It's an intense sort of source of frustration. I do think that semi-automatic was being trialled in this country this weekend, and I think it proved the Premier League actually got it right by not introducing it yet, because the system that they're working with at the moment don't work.
Jeff, if you're taking that long to look over an offside for a goal,
it's crazy.
It's a goal.
Of course it is.
Correct.
Oh,
correct.
No. Mark, absolutely correct, mate. Absolutely correct.
It's the same when they're looking at penalties. If they're looking at it 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and then they decide it's a penalty, it's not a penalty. Yeah. It's not a penalty. You look at it, and we look at that challenge on Saturday at Palace. You look at it, you go, bang, straight away, that's a red card. How has it taken 2 minutes?
Yeah.
If it's taken 2 minutes, it's not a red card.
Yeah.
Do you know something? The other one, I'm harking back the way again, but the penalty decision that was given at Goodison when I think it was Andy Madley gave a decision, and then VAR gets involved for some reason, right? It gets itself involved.
But it's a penalty. It's a penalty.
Of course it is. Yeah. Of course it is. And he gives it.
And what they're doing is they're not showing the correct, not giving the VAR and the referee the correct angle.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, if you get the correct angle like you guys showed on when you were showing it live, VAR don't even get the referee over. It's a penalty.
Correct.
Yeah. No, it's embarrassing. Look, Newcastle said they're going to appeal, Mark. They're going to appeal the Anthony Gordon red card. What sort of grounds would they have for that?
You've got to look at the force. Was it negligible? Listen, for me, he was stupid. The whistle's gone. I'm not so sure. If you look at when I think Shah was sent off at the very first game of the season against Southampton for the same sort of thing, they appealed that one. They didn't win it, but it all depends on the Violent Conduct Act. Was the force negligible? So it all depends on the force of whether the FA feel they can reduce it to 1 or 2 games, or is the standard violent conduct for three games. I'm not so sure they'll win that appeal, to be honest with you.
No, yeah. I don't think they will either. I don't think you do, Coisty.
No,
I think we'd be surprised. Mark, thanks for joining us, mate. Another eventful weekend.
Take care, guys. All the best.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Now, 8:44. Still to come on breakfast this morning.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarx Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarx.
So, United fans, your only hope of success this season is now the Europa League. Real Sociedad, of course, the opponents in the next round, as you were dumped out of the FA Cup yesterday. 14th in the Premier League, Ruben Amorim, 10 losses from 24 games, and he's saying this.
I think we are improving. We cannot maintain the level during all the game, but in the first 35 minutes I saw something, and I feel that the players are more confident.
So, Manchester United fans, did you see the improvement? Did you see the players being more confident against Fulham? 03717 223344. Lee Sharp will be on shortly. He'll tell us whether it's still a football club capable of winning big titles. Also, does Ali McCoist believe in magic? We'll find out next as Stephen Frame, formerly Dynamo, joins us in the studio. All that and much more to come this morning. And that was our preview with Benchmarx.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.